What is one time that you were trolling that your audience does not know that you were trolling? What it is you guys think I'm trolling when I'm not. That's where we have an issue. How are we supposed to take your health seriously or the things you're saying seriously when you've done nothing but troll?
Let's go, you dirty old troll.
Trolling is a character. Trolling will forever be a thing. You guys don't know me outside of this camera. I don't just sit here and troll all day. Like, I am obsessed with being the troll queen. I feel like we need to learn how to separate the two. Trolling will forever be a thing. We need to just learn that just because someone trolls and creates a character for themselves doesn't mean that like the real things that happen in their life or the real side of them isn't like valid. I don't just come up with this information on my own. I diagnosed myself with lymphedema. Trolling will forever be a thing. You guys know.
Hello, and welcome to another commentary from my channel, You Guys Have to Realize. I'm back. It's been a few days since I've had a good commentary. There's been some bad stuff going down in the Amberverse. With all the things that happen, I really am glad that I didn't put out a commentary because things have been just going from one extreme to the next, day after day. And, yeah, now I can finally take a look at what's going on.
Milan, have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Today I'd like to put out a question that I think all of us have asked at one point or another, and that question is Amberlynn faking healthcare drama for views? And I think the answer potentially could be yes. I don't think that we'll ever actually know, but hey, that's for you to decide. You know, there are a lot of us in the girlverse. Some of us drive luxury vehicles, some of us ride on comets. Me, I drive a Volvo station wagon. So if you're ready, grab yourself a snack and strap in, because we are headed towards the Amberverse.
Working on this editing might take a couple hours. Make some bagels taste sour, then I take a shower.
Here we go again.
Amazon unboxing till it makes me feel better. Then I'll cover up the comments like some stretches in my sweater. Ready? Ain't felt this good since I broke up with Becky. I get my Torrid on, I'm feeling sexy. Miss my pill reminders cause I'm on too many meds. Yeah, I gotta stay in bed, but I'm feeling good. I don't do my taxes, I might need some help. I don't plant a garden, I get lettuce off the shelf. I don't wanna work hard, I just want the clout. I don't like my girlfriend, so I switch them out. I don't wear a seatbelt, it only slows me down. When I order Uber Eats, I gotta have the hash browns. Yeah, I got a couple lawsuits, I had to leave town. I don't have a license, my girl drives me around. Target haul, Torrid haul, don't check the price, I got it. That money stacking up like those calories I counted.
It's been almost a week now since Amber released her hour-long Q&A video, which was just nothing. I mean, there really wasn't much to it. It was kind of just a few key points, and then everything else was kind of filler. Even some kind of double questions. It's a little suspicious. Yeah, I'm not going to go over a 57-minute Q&A. That's just crazy. But I boiled that down to a few points, and I'd like to go over them before we go over a basic reaction commentary to Amber's new video, which has to do with her newest diagnosis. Without further ado, let's get started on Amber's worst vlog in a while. Amber starts her worst vlog in a while by talking about her psychologist. Not her psychiatrist, her psychologist. Apparently they're two different people. In saying that her psychologist is aware of her YouTube channel, but doesn't watch it. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Maybe she should. Amber brings up the whole, doctor-patient confidentiality or whatever, and that is a bunch of crap. If this psychologist wants to get a deep look at Amber's psychosis, an analysis of Amber's mental well-being, maybe she should take a deeper look at Amber's YouTube channel so that she can be more aware of the extent of this self-destructive behavior of Amber's.
This is it! All of the clues are coming together.
If I had a psychologist who didn't even look at my YouTube channel that also says that the YouTube channel is the worst part of my life, causing me the most problems, this is just me. I would question the validity of anything that psychologist then said about the YouTube channel. How can she say it's the most stressful thing in your life whenever she hasn't even looked at what you do there? If you ask me, the most stressful thing in your life is how you react to people.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed! Bloody peasant! Oh, what a giveaway!
It doesn't have to do with YouTube at all. It is your relationship with other people that is very unhealthy. That's just the first point there. After a volley of useless questions that she includes to control the narrative, which are extensive, and a mention of Feline, which I'm not even going to entertain this Feline crap. After all that, we get into my next point, which is how she says that she is not going to be posting every day because she wants to stick to her quality over quantity principle.
I'm trying to buy a tap and die and some WD-40 and get out of this godforsaken...
5 seconds later, literally 5 seconds later, she admits to making boring content. Sis ain't changing, and we should just get used to her posting boring content. I am just at a loss here that you would say, I'm not going to post every day because I want to post quality content, but then you immediately say my content is boring, sis ain't changing. I don't understand you. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying to make some improvements to the channel lately. You know, learning a bit more about green screens, things like that. If you didn't know, the Ambersaurus that I created for the original videos of this channel, that was the first green screen that I've ever done in my life. So that was quite an achievement for me back then. So, you know, we all make strides all the time to sort of improve ourselves. That's what we do. That's what artists do. I think Zachary Michael mentioned this. It's just funny how she considers herself passionate about YouTube.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.
But just refuses, absolutely refuses to make changes based on putting in more effort. She even says later on that she just uses iMovie to edit her clips. It's like, of course you do. Why would you use anything other than the most basic setup you can get? Not that there's anything wrong with iMovie, but just geez. 10 years on YouTube, so good at editing, uses iMovie. It's just laughable. I'm sorry. Someone had the audacity to ask Amberlynn advice about cellulitis. I'm just going to go ahead and start with this as a preface. Please do not ask Amberlynn for health advice. There we go. Public service announcement. Please do not ask Amberlynn for health advice. Thank you. Have a nice day. I'm sure that'll come up again. I've quoted Amber as saying, I know how to handle cellulitis rather well. which is just ridiculous. She didn't do anything for her cellulitis until it would flare up, and then she'd be like, oh, gotta go do something now. It's like, you don't know how to handle it well, because you just didn't. I just thought that that was ridiculous, and I just don't understand why people are asking Amberlynn for advice about healthcare. This woman has repeatedly ignored red flags about her health again and again and again. I mean, in my opinion, you really should not ask Amberlynn about anything health-related because she's just gonna tell you like, oh yeah, be an advocate for yourself.
Stop it. Get some help.
What does that fucking mean? Do nothing until it hurts you, until you have to go to the emergency room? That's just crazy. But with that, we will move on to my next point in this video, and that is... Amber will always have love for YouTube. And I don't really... I don't really have much to say about this. I mean, if you just go back like a minute or two where I'm talking about how she says, sis ain't changing, my content is boring, and I'm not gonna make any improvements. Like, how do you have love for YouTube? You don't seem to care about it at all. It's really painful, but it's also like pretty insulting towards people. I'm gonna go ahead and say like me, who, you know, YouTube was a dream, and it's just like, what? Who do you think you are?
Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I?
You had the privilege of having 200,000 subscribers, and you really just throw it right in people's faces, and then you say, I love doing this. I love it. It's like, you love starting fights with people. You love editing. You barely edit anything. There's no editing. Like, do you know what interpolation means? Do you know what a fucking PNG is?
Yeah, that's not going to fly. You're fired.
She then says that she is no longer going to be replying to comments in her DMs or YouTube videos, anything like that. And the reason being is that she says, it's taking a toll. Man, this is after a solid 4 minutes of hating her audience and blaming them for her problems. She just goes right back into it. And she says, sadly, when I interact with my audience, I feel worse. It's like, do you think you should be on YouTube then? That is not good. That is not good. And you know what my thought about this is? Okay then. All right, well, you have a couple of options if you don't want to read the comments. You can either turn them off, or you can hire someone to read them for you or sort them for you, you know? I don't get it. You have more than enough resources to achieve this. You just won't do it. I don't get it.
Why?
She then moves on to saying that the reason why she's going to leave the comments open is for freedom of speech. It's absolutely ridiculous, and just how dare you insult my ancestors fought and died in this country so that you can say freedom of speech in your comment section is important to you. Like, you are so shitty. But let's be honest here. The reason why she's leaving the comments on is because of money. The video won't recommend to as many people if you turn the comments off, as it should not. You want to make this claim of freedom of speech? Like, girl, who are you?
The indestructible John C.
Fucking Sergeant Lynn.
You want the best? Here I am.
Ravioli, ravioli, give me the formuloli.
The next point I want to talk about is just a little thing, and it really wasn't that big of a deal, but it was just the quick mention of it that I was like, oh my god. And that is about the Lego Titanic set.
Well, right now my address is the RMS Titanic. After that, I'm on God's good humor.
First of all, she says, my favorite Lego set ever is the Titanic set. I've wanted that my whole life. And that's fine. Okay. She says it costs $600. That's expensive. Okay. She says, I can justify it. And I'm just kind of like,
And you find that sort of rootless existence appealing, do you?
Well, yes, ma'am, I do.
You can justify a $600 Lego purchase when you don't have a Lego channel or anything? Yeah, you're not writing that off in your taxes. Whatever.
What the frick are you guys doing?
But apparently $1,000 is too much for her. I guess the $1,000 a month Ozempic shot and spending $3,000 a month on Uber Eats is, it's a bit too much for her to afford that Titanic Lego set. I just thought that was worth mentioning.
Iceberg, right ahead!
Thank you.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then.
The next point in this video is about the fabled Amberlynn meet and greet, which I tell you what, if that was a thing, I'd be there. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. I'd be there.
Well, I'll do it.
And, well, it's canceled. It's never gonna happen, you guys. She said that she would have been open to it before COVID, and now she's just too afraid and too awkward. And I don't think that's true. I think that she just doesn't want to interact with people, because that goes back to what I was saying earlier, that her relationship with people is really bad. Really bad. She is very afraid to go out. She's very afraid to be judged by people. It's very unhealthy. And I, for one, would love to see more going out. I think that would be excellent to see you going out places. And none of this crap where you're like, I was going out shopping like every vlog before the fall, before I hurt my ankle. Which, by the way, she said she would never mention again, never bring up again her ankle. But here we are talking about it again.
Why?
Every day before the fall, I was going out shopping. Like, no, you really weren't. You may have been like going to the store, but you barely got any shots there. It was maybe like 30 seconds to a minute worth of clips. And it's like the same crap. It's either you touching stuff or of like an up the nose shot of you. Like, that's not good content. And you want to be like, oh yeah, we'll go out more. It's like, you're barely doing anything. We're not going out with you. We're in a shopping cart with you. That's what we're doing.
That there one's no fucking good. Bearings are gone. Might as well get rid of her right now.
I'm fallen, and I can't get up.
Talking about her ankle again, which I just think is funny, just because of her hard mention in her video titled I'm Done, where she says she's never bringing up her ankle again. You have no conviction. She says, my ankle is pretty much healed, y'all. But she's saying it in context of like, oh, my ankle was healed. I was up moving around. But then this whole breathing thing happened.
I can't breathe.
There's always something, isn't there? There's always something to hold you back. My God. I'm sorry, but it seems like it's never ending with you. Your weight loss journey has been going for 10 years, and you've barely gotten anywhere. I really do wish you the best, but you need to be more realistic about this.
Needs an attitude adjustment.
She says, you guys hate seeing me in this apartment. Imagine how I feel. I feel trapped. Like, what? You didn't feel trapped before? Whenever you were, like, only able to live with your girlfriend in different states? Like, and then you had to go and hang out with them, a third wheel. It's just, oh my God. You should be well aware at this point in your life that you need to be able to live on your own, like by yourself for a time. And I don't think you can do that. I don't think she can do that. It's concerning, to say the least. And I don't know what Jade's doing. Jade is like the weirdest caretaker I've ever seen. Weirdest girlfriend I've ever seen. And the last point I wanted to bring up, just a funny point.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
Skyrim. She doesn't play.
What are these?
Well, good. That is a very special game to many people, myself included. I think I've put over like 300 hours on that game. Probably more. Actually, I probably shouldn't mention how many hours I put in on Skyrim.
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding.
Doesn't matter.
You! Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth? Nothing to say? Fine. What?
Here to see the Jarl.
But with that, we have been teleported out of the Amberverse. Amber heard me talking some shit about her Titanic Legos, and she just did not like that. And she was like, Leo! Everything's good. We're fine. Don't worry, we're going to be back in the Amberverse for part 2 of this episode as soon as you know it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching the first part of this special 2-parter episode. If you guys have to realize, stay tuned because the second episode will be out soon. I'd like to remind everyone that these videos are put out for entertainment purposes only. Please do not send any hateful or disparaging remarks to myself or anyone mentioned in the video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 2.
I don't ever want to let you go. No, I don't want to let you go. Gotta let this feeling grow. Make this last forever. Yeah, I know. I remember when we first met, but it feels so long ago. I see you shining through there. Time to let it show. Come around and take this bruise.